Hello YouTube and welcome back. This is Mike again with Rellim Arms, and we are at the farm today, or at least I am, doing a little solo video shooting today. I wanted to come out here on the last day of October and do a little, I've had a lot of people question on how accurate this Black Aces Tactical is with and without the suppressor on it, and kind of what if I could pattern the shotgun. And I've never done that and actually hunt with a couple of these different guns, so I wanted to kind of come out here and do that today. So this is what we're going to be doing. I'm going to take, I don't know if you've seen this color of the Black Aces Tactical Bullpup yet. It's got the Salvo silencer code 12 shotgun suppressor on it. Several other videos down below if you haven't seen those. They're pretty fun. We do some reviews on them. Anyway, so I went to Wally World. I was going to get a couple more of these birch wood KC targets, splattering targets. The only ones I had were 12 inches. I wanted something around 17 or larger, and they were 13 bucks for 3. And I was like, well, that's kind of expensive. So I went and I found this roller banner paper, and it's, I think, 24 inches by 75 feet. That was 8 bucks. Some Sharpies for about $3. Some of this little ribbon twine stuff for 50 cents, and then some thumbtacks for a couple bucks. So for around the same price, in theory, I'm going to have 75 feet of targets, which 24 would be about 37 and a half targets. So 37 targets is what I should be able to make for about the same price as I could get 3 of the exploding, or not exploding, but the splatter target. So anyway, I'm going to do that real quick with old marker, thumbtack, and a piece of string. And so anyway, the whole purpose of today's video, like I said before, I'm going to do maybe 3 different segments or 3 different videos depending upon how long this is. I'm going to take the Black Aces Tactical Bullpup 12 gauge, and I'm going to pattern that with the suppressor, and then I'm going to pattern that without the suppressor and see what the difference is. I'm also going to take a left-handed Escort, kind of a budget gun. It was only, I think, a couple $100, maybe $2.99 or something for a left-handed 12 gauge semi-automatic. And I'm, like I said, left-handed, so both these guns will be left-handed in the video. So I'm going to pattern that and see what my pattern is with the suppressor and without the suppressor. Like I said, I've used this multiple times for going hunting, and hopefully I can blame the fact that my sights were off on my shotgun, or the suppressor made it shoot different. Probably not. And then also I have an EOTech red dot, which a lot of people have noticed on my let's see, the Bullpup on the Black Aces. And yes, that's probably cost me just as much as it did to buy the Bullpup Shotgun, but like I said, most of the time I spend a lot more on optics than I do on guns, and it might be overkill for this, but I wanted to see if it's even sighted in, or see if I can sight it in and what it will look like. So I'm going to build these targets real quick, then I'll get back with you and we'll go. Bye. Alright, so I'm finally back. I've got about a dozen targets made and cut, and I've got a target set up about 25 yards. It's kind of hard to see. That's where that is. So I think I'm going to start off first with the Bullpup. I'm going to shoot 1 round at the target with this EOTech optic on it. I'm not 100% sure if that's ever been even dialed in, so we'll see what happens with this. It does have the 12 inches of Salvo silencer code suppressor on it, so we are going to shoot that. It does have a modified choke, so that's one thing I'll show you here in the video too, is that when you buy these chokes, the mounts, you have to actually buy one choke that has the mount on it, so they're kind of pricey, so you kind of choose which one you like. Sorry about the wind. Hope you can hear me. I'll try to edit it as good as possible. I am going to shoot these herders waterfowl loads because this is what I have a ton of left over from last year. They're 3-inch 3-shot, 1 1/8 ounce. I forgot my other ones that I normally use at the house, so I'm going to have to use those today. So hopefully we'll be able to tell enough about it. So anyway, I'm going to get loaded up real quick, and then I'm going to, since I only have one camera and one person today, I'm going to have to set this camera back here behind me while we shoot, and then I'll walk up with you with the camera and show you what the target looks like. So anyway, let me get set up and let's get going. All right, so I've had to get creative with how to do this. I've got the GoPro in the back of my truck on the tailgate, and hopefully you can hear and see this. I will give you a better look closer at this later. This is the Benelli Mobile improved modified. This actually goes into a different barrel. You can see how you have to buy different ones for different barrels because obviously the different brands have the threads in different places. This one happens to be at the very top. There's a couple that are down in the middle, but this is the improved modified. So that's why I'm going to be shooting out of this Bullpup. All right, so I'm going to load one round. Once again, these are the 3-inch 1 1/8 3-shot. I'm going to shoot one without the suppressor on it. All right, so it should be ready to go. Once again, this has an 18-inch barrel. It doesn't look like it, but it's the Bullpup version, so it does have an actual 18-inch barrel on it. So we'll shoot this and see what it looks like without the suppressor. Keep in mind, I've never sighted this optic and I take it off quite a bit, so that's one thing we'll do here in the video as well. So I'm about, I would say, I'm about 30 yards. My 25 mark is up there, so I'll scoot up a little bit, but we'll try here. All right, we'll walk up there and see what happened with that. Like I said, that's about, well, here's my 25-yard marker. So I might need to scoop a tad bit. I can barely see that red dot as well. So we'll see what happened with this. I might actually shoot it with the other one, the shotgun as well, to see how that looks. All right, here we are. Not terrible. Okay, you can see that obviously I'm shooting low. So my center should be somewhere down here. I shot here. You can see the edges of the pattern up here. The majority of it was all right here. So I would say that I need to aim up a little bit. All right, so that's the Bullpup pattern. All right, so we're going to mark this first. I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to scoot up a little bit, but I'm also going to adjust my red dot a tiny bit up to see if that does anything. Obviously, I'm freehanding this and it's windy, so I'm not sure if this is even doing any good, but if I could get that moved up a little bit, that would be a little bit nicer. Anyway, see you in a minute. Okay, so we've taken that target down and mounted it. Trying to put the camera back up again so we can see it. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing again. I adjusted the optic a little bit so it shoots a little higher. I'm not too worried about that. I might aim a little. If I can't get it this time, I might aim a little higher next time just so we're in the right vicinity. But I just want to make sure that in doing this, I keep everything as consistent as possible, minus the wind variation and the fact that I'm freehanding it. But other than that, we got another round loaded. Okay. All right, same thing. All right, let's walk up here and see what that one looks like. This will be the second shot. I do realize I have a cold bore and all that other stuff. Obviously, I don't think it matters as much on a shotgun. This isn't a rifle we're shooting it, so obviously it has a spread coming out of the barrel. So that was better. I can already tell that I see it. Okay, So that's not bad at all. Got 25 yards. Majority of them look like they're in there. Obviously some missed. One did hit that center. Nice, okay. So I'm gonna keep it there. And now, let's take this off. Let's shoot 2 with the suppressor. Do an exact same thing. And see how that looks. Alright, I'm gonna take this down and walk back to the truck, get another one. See you in a minute. Alright, so I've got another target up. Like I said, we're gonna go ahead and attach the suppressor this time to this firearm and then go from there. So this actually has to screw down. There are threads underneath this. That's your mount for the suppressor. And then if you screw it down, it actually locks into place so you can still shoot it with your choke in it without having the suppressor on it, which is nice and handy. All right, here it is. So basically set it on there and it screws it up. Locks into place. There is a wrench that does come with this that you can whack on here, lock it on there, and it does tighten it down. But since we're going to be taking it off and removing it here in a couple shots, I'm not going to go ahead and do that. All right, here we go. One round in the mag. Same everything except for my target's crooked, but that's my fault. Anyway, here we go. All right, firearm's clear. Let's take a little journey. So that's the first shot with the can on it, or the suppressor on. I'm not sure if you can tell the difference. It is quiet, or quieter, especially with that short barrel. It's not too bad with the, I have the entire 12 inches of that suppressor on there. If you guys haven't seen that, me taking it down and adjusting the size, just look at one of our other YouTube channels or this channel, but look for another video. It'll show everything on there. Okay, so that's terrible. So I'm not sure if I pulled that. That obviously looks like operator error. I got everywhere. But you can see my majority is over here. So I messed that up pretty good. So I'm going to label that, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to put another one on it. I'll put a new target up. I'll shoot the same thing, see what happens on it. Hopefully I just pulled that one, and I'm sure I did. That doesn't look like that could have been that bad except for operator error. So I'll go put a new target on here and then we'll go back and see what happens. Okay, so back in the same spot again, fresh target. I left some targets out there this time underneath the board itself, so I don't have to walk back and forth to my truck. That was kind of annoying. Anyway, you get smarter as the day goes on. So this is the second shot. The first one obviously looked like it went way to the left. Wind is definitely blowing to the right, so that's interesting. Anyway, I'm going to do this again. I'm going to do the exact same thing as last time, except I'm going to try not to pull it this time, and I'm going to aim at the same spot. Hopefully it does better than last time. Making sure everything is tight. Gun is safe. Alright. Here we go. Let's see what this one looks like. I honestly, I think I am pulling that. That trigger is not very good. And obviously I'm making excuses, but I did feel like I kind of pulled that toward the end. So we'll see what happens. If it's still over there, then I think I need to adjust my trigger pull and shoot one more just to give it a fair shot. And yes, I did pull. Here we are again. It'd be nice if I could get it on the target so you guys could see where it's going. So, and again, we're here, somewhere all over here. So, that's the second shot. I'm gonna go do that again, and I'm going to, this time I'm gonna make sure that I squeeze the trigger and try not to pull it, because I'm pretty sure I felt that last one too. So, anyway, I'll do it again and check back with you. All right, so I'm back again. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I might scoot up 1 foot or so, but I am going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to try to focus on my trigger pull and see if it's me that's actually pulling this thing to the left or what. It is kind of awkward that I didn't do that before without the suppressor on it, but like I said, I'm pretty sure it's operator error, but we'll see what happens. Third time's the charm. All right, that felt better, but then again, I'm sure I messed it up somehow. Making this long walk of shame back to the target. Yep. All right, so, man, I mean, it looks like it moved over a tiny bit, but not a lot, but I think we can get a better idea of what's going on. So here's the newest version. Still looks like I pulled it. I mean, unless this thing just shoots. I mean, you can see this is where a lot of it is. And we've got some up in the corners over here, but a little group over here. So I might do one more. I'm going to do one more just for the heck of it, and I'm actually going to try to aim a little over. What I really want to do is get the spread on here so that we can compare apples to oranges with the last one, even though it looks like I'm either pulling it or shooting to the left. I still want to see what it looks like on paper to see if we're similar with the suppressor on it, even though if it does deflect it to the right or left. I could do another video on that, but I just want to see what the pattern looks like coming out of the end of the gun. So I'll do that right now. All right. So I got a new target on there again. Last time I focused a little on the trigger pull and we were a little bit better, but I'm still not happy with it. So like I said, I might aim to the right a little bit just to see if we can get the whole kind of pattern on the target so we can have something to compare it to. I'm not going to aim a ton. I'm just going to try a little bit, see what happens. All right, see what that did. Okay, so I did aim just a tiny bit to the right to overcompensate for the fact that I'm either having a terrible trigger pull and I'm pulling it to the left when I shoot or what, but we'll see if this made a little difference. It wasn't a ton. I didn't want to do it too much and then ruin it again. So here we go, this is a little bit better. Here we go. So, all right, one hit center. Seems like the majority around here. This is interesting. All those groupings up there, and there's groupings down here. Huh. Like I said, I am not the pro at this, and this is a bullpup, so I really have no idea what I'm doing. I've never done this before. I've never even patterned this with the suppressor on it. So if you guys have any comments, or you've done this, or you know what to look for, just let me know in the comments section below. If you have something else you want me to try, let me know. I think I'm going to change out the targets now that I have that, and I'm going to go ahead and put the same exact choke on a just an inexpensive Escort Magnum left-handed. I think I paid like, yeah, it was either $2.99 or might even been $1.99 on sale somewhere. I don't know. It's a pretty inexpensive shotgun, but it's left-handed. I'm left-handed. I've enjoyed using it. It shoots pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and put the do the same test with that. I'm going to shoot one at the target without the suppressor, and I'm going to shoot one with the suppressor. So hopefully, if you're still watching this is going to be the same video. I did have a tendency to go long on some of my videos. I don't want to bore people, so I might cut that out and then do 2 videos with it. But so if that's the case and you see this and not the video, then check below for another link. Anyway, we'll change targets and go from there.